Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, welcome to Morning Amritvani program. His Grace Kaustubha Krishna Prabhuji will be giving his transcendental words of wisdom. His Grace Ram Kripa Prabhuji will be reading the Ramamrita, followed by Srila Prabhupada quote, followed by Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit. Thereafter, Her Grace Rupavati Radha Mataji will be reciting the slokas. After the Amritvani program, Her Grace Rupavati Radha Mataji will also recite the Damodar Ashtakam. Welcome to everyone once again. Hare Krishna. Ram Kripa Prabhuji, kindly start reading.
हरे कृष्ण बहुधन्वत् प्रणाम। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada की जय। His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj की जय। His Holiness Bhakti Ashraya Vaishnava Swami Maharaj की जय। His Grace शिक्षा गुरु रूप विलास प्रभु की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। Namamrita. Taste for chanting the holy name is subordinate sign of ecstatic emotion. When the seed of ecstatic emotion for Krishna fructifies, the following 9 symptoms manifest in one's behavior: forgiveness, concern that time should not be wasted, detachment, absence of false prestige, hope, eagerness, a taste for chanting the holy name of the Lord, attachment to the description of the transcendental qualities of the Lord, and affection for those places where Lord resides, that is the temple or a holy place like Vrindavana. These are all called anubhava, subordinate signs of ecstatic emotion. They are visible in person when whose heart the seed of love of God is begun to fructify. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.3.25 and 26. Srila Prabhupada quote, 20th October. Simply we have to desire to please Him and not desire anything for ourselves. Then we become simply instruments for His will. This is the important essence of Krishna consciousness. Letter to Atreya Rishi, October 20th, 1973. Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta passed away from the mortal world on 1st January 1937. He had been spending his last days reading Chaitanya Charitamrita and chanting on his beads. When the doctor had visited him, wanting to give him an injection, Srila Bhaktivinoda had protested, "Why are you disturbing me in this way? Simply chant Hare Krishna, that is all." Amongst his last words to his disciples were, "I advise all to preach the teachings of the Rupa Raghunatha, disciples of Lord Chaitanya, with all energy and resources. Our ultimate goal shall be to become the dust of the lotus feet of the Sri Rupa and Raghunatha Goswamis. You should all work conjointly under the guidance of your spiritual master with a view to serve the absolute knowledge, the personality of Godhead. You should live somehow or other without any quarrel in this mortal world, only for service of God, only for the service of Godhead. Do not please give up the service of Godhead, in spite of all dangers, all criticism, all discomforts. Do not be disappointed. For most of people in the world do not serve personality of Godhead. Do not give up your own service, which is your everything and all. Neither reject the process of chanting and hearing of transcendental holy name of the Godhead. You should always chant the transcendental name of Godhead with patience and forbearance like a tree and humbleness like a straw. There are many among us you who are well qualified and able workers. We have no other desire whatsoever. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Bhagavad Gita 13.31. Yada bhuta पृथग्भावम् एकास्थम् अनुपश्यति तत् एव च विस्तारं ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते tada. Translation: when a sensible man ceases to see different identities due to different material bodies, and he sees how things are being expanded everywhere, he attains to the Brahman conception. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.12.49 and 50. पौर्णमास्यां सिनिवाल्यां द्वादश्यां श्रवणे अथवा दीन दीनशैवयाति पत्पाते सङ्क्रामे अरादिने अपि वा श्राव्यश्च श्रद्धानानां तीर्थपादपदाशरे नेच्छं तत्रात्मानात्मानं सनुतुष्टता iti siddhyati. Translation: person who have completely taken the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord should recite this narration of Dhruv Maharaj without taking remuneration. Specifically, recitation is recommended on the full moon or the dark moon day, on the day after Ekadashi, on the appearance of Shravana star, at the end of particular tithi or the occasion of Vyatipada, at the end of the month, or on Sunday. Such recitation should of course be performed for a favorable audience. When recitation is performed this way, without professional motive, the reciter and the audience become perfect. Hare Krishna. CC Madhya 5.12. वाना यत्राया वाना देखी देखे गोवर्धना द्वादशा वाना देखी से गेला वृंदावना. Translation: after reaching Mathura, they start visiting the different forests of Vrindavan and came to Govardhan hill. They visited all 12 forests and at last come to the town of Vrindavan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Shri Radharas Bihari ki jai, Lalita Sage Vishakha ki jai, Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Bhaktanaman ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baldesh Bhadramaya ki jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Morning Japa program ki jai, Amritvani ki jai, Samasta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Today's Namamrita beautifully describes how the seed of love for Krishna, when it begins to grow within the heart, transforms a devotee's behavior and consciousness. Srila Rupa Goswami explains in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, that is nectar of devotion, that when the seed of bhav or ecstatic emotion fructifies, 9 wonderful qualities naturally manifest in the devotee's life. These qualities are not artificial. They are signs that the heart has truly begun to awaken in love for the Lord. The 9 signs of ecstatic emotion are forgiveness, that is kshama. The devotee's heart becomes soft like butter. Even when insulted or hurt, he forgives. easily because he sees Krishna's hand in everything. Number 2, concerned that time should not be wasted. Every moment is precious for serving Krishna. The devotee constantly feels, let me not waste even 1 second without remembering the Lord. Number 3, detachment, that is virakti. Material pleasures lose their charm. The devotee finds real satisfaction only in hearing and chanting Krishna's glories. Number 4, absence of false prestige. Pride and ego fade away. One becomes humble, thinking, I am the servant of Krishna. Number 5, hope, asha, ashabandh. The devotee has firm faith and hope that Krishna will surely bestow his mercy, even though one feels unqualified. Number 6, eagerness. There is intense longing to see, serve, and please Krishna. This is a real eagerness born from love. Number 7, a taste for chanting the holy name, that is Namruchi. The tongue and heart both crave the sweetness of Krishna's name. Chanting becomes the greatest joy, not a duty. Number 8, attachment to the description of the Lord, Ashakti. The devotee becomes deeply attached to hearing Krishna Katha, his pastimes, qualities, and devotees, association of the devotees. Number 9, affection for holy places where Krishna resides, Sthan Priti. That is, Vrindavan, temples, and places connected to the Lord become dearer than anything else. Spiritual meaning. These 9 symptoms are called anubhavas, or subordinate signs of ecstatic love. They are not forced by practice. They appear naturally when the seed of prema bhakti begins to sprout. Srila Prabhupada explains that chanting the holy name with sincerity and humility gradually awakens these symptoms. When we chant without offense, we begin to taste a higher joy far beyond material happiness. That taste itself is the proof that bhakti is blossoming. So this verse teaches us that real progress in spiritual life is seen through transformation of character, not just external activity. When we forgive easily, use our time wisely, become humble, and develop deep affection for chanting and for holy places, then we can know that the seed of divine love has begun to fructify in our heart. So we should always keep on remembering the Lord, even though we are not on the beats, but still we should always satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha tiradvitta namasyanta mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. That is what Lord Krishna wants, that we should always remember him and never forget him. Now we will go to Srila Prabhupada's quote for today, which he has told to Atri Rishi in October 20, 1973. Srila Prabhupada gives us the heart of Krishna consciousness in just one simple instruction. Simply, we have to desire to please him and not desire anything for ourselves. Then we become simply instruments for His will. This is the important essence of Krishna consciousness. This message is deeply practical and spiritual at the same time. In our daily life, we are always desiring for comfort, praise, recognition, or success. But Srila Prabhupada teaches that real peace and happiness begin when our only desire is to please Krishna. When we desire only for His pleasure, our ego dissolves. We no longer think, what do I want? But rather, what does Krishna want? That moment marks the transfer, transfer that that moment marks the transformation from self-centered life to God-centered life. Just like Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, when he finally surrendered to Krishna, saying, I will act according to your word, he became Krishna's perfect instrument. Before that, he was confused and fearful, but once he aligned his will with Krishna's, he became powerful, peaceful, and victorious. Srila Prabhupada also lived by this same mood. He had no personal desire. His only wish was to please his spiritual master and Lord Krishna. And because of that pure desire, Krishna empowered him to spread his holy name all over the world. So today's Prabhupada quote reminds us of the true essence of bhakti, not what we get from Krishna, but how we can serve and please Krishna. When we live this way, Krishna himself takes care of all our needs and uses us as his divine instrument. So this is what today's Prabhupada quote was there, and therefore we should always be obliged to the spiritual master and always carry out whatever the spiritual master says. Even though a spiritual master is not living, but then we should go as per his instructions, what he had given during his livelihood in the lectures he gave. Like nowadays we get G.K. Jivani, that is Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj's lectures, which are coming every day. We should always abide by them, hear them, and then remain in the Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Now there will be